Last class we discussed the Rutherford nuclear model, according to which the atom consists of the positively charged protons present at the center of the nuclear of the atom, and the electrons will be revolving around that proton, right? In the same way as the planets are doing around the sun. Now the Rutherford has got its limitation. First, it could not explain the stability of the atom, that for how long and why is it so that the electrons will be revolving around the nucleus without stopping. It will be just continuously moving around, right? Second is that it could not explain the line spectra of the atoms which was observed. Now this led to the development of the some other model, right, which would be able to explain the line spectra of the atom along with the other phenomena like photoelectric effect, black body radiations. Now we will study them one by one. Right. Now before that, let us study about the wave nature of the electromagnetic radiation. Now, the radiation. What are the radiation? They are the continuous emissions of certain kind of rays from a object. Now, here we will consider the object to be the heated rod, right? Or it can be a filament through which the current flows. As a result, the filament glows, right? So, the electromagnetic radiations. These are the, we can say, the radiations whose source will be some heated object, right, or the current flowing through the any filament. As a result, some energy will be radiated out. Now the energy which has been radiated out, it moves or it propagates in the form of wave. As a result, it is going to follow the wave characteristics. That means it will have certain velocity associated with it, certain wavelength will be associated with it, amplitude, wave number, frequency. Now, the electromagnetic radiation, these radiations which are emitted continuously from the heated object or through the filament carrying the current, as a result which glows, right, have got certain electric and magnetic components associated with them. Now, these electric and magnetic components associated with the radiation are perpendicular to to one another and to the direction of propagation. Next is that the electromagnetic radiations, they travel with the speed of the light, that is 3 × 10 to the power 8 meter per second. The electromagnetic radiations, these radiations doesn't require any medium for travel, right? So they don't need any medium for travel. So we'll just have a look in this diagram which is drawn here, so that we can understand that what you mean by the propagation or how the components are perpendicular to one another, right? So first of all, get this thing clear that the electromagnetic radiation which was given by James Clerk Maxwell, he considered that the radiation will be continuous or energy will be emitted out from any source continuously, right, and it will have some electric and magnetic component associated with one another. Now just look here. Now we will assume now this wave nature of electromagnetic radiation, also known as electromagnetic radiation theory, given by James Clerk Maxwell. Now, according to him, the first point is that the radiant energy is continuous. That is, the radiation from the source, which can be either heated rod or a filament through which electricity or current passed, right, will be the radiation from the source is emitted continuously, that is without any interruption. The energy will be heat will be emitted out. Right now, these we can say the energy which will be emitted out, or the continuously oscillating, we can say the source. Right, the direction of propagation is this one, right, which is shown by the arrow headed line here, line headed with the arrow, the direction of propagation of the wave. Right now, this wave, when it will be moving, right, it will have the electric and magnetic field associated with it. Now the electric field is associated with the, this wave is shown by the dark line here, right, and the magnetic field or magnetic component is shown by the dotted line. Now you can see here that here, right, in this, at this point, you can see that a direction of propagation, you can see that the angle made will be with one another. This one is the electric field, this dotted is a magnetic field. The propagation, the direction has, they have got 90-degree angle with one another. In the same way here also, this magnetic component or with dotted line has got 90-degree inclination with the direction of propagation. In the same way, this electric field has also got the 90-degree inclination with the direction of propagation. Right, that means that the wave, the continuously oscillating wave, has got the electric and magnetic field associated with it, and that's why it is known as the electromagnetic wave. So here students, we can have the second point here, that the energy emitted is in the form of wave, right, the continuously oscillating wave has the electric and magnetic component associated with it. The electric and magnetic component are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. Now, third is, just as I said, that these electromagnetic radiation doesn't need any medium to travel. Right, just as a light is there, so doesn't require any medium for traveling. Fourth is the speed of electromagnetic radiation is same as that of light, that is 3 into 10 is to power 8 meter per second. Right, so these are the main characteristics of the electromagnetic radiations. The electromagnetic radiation concept was studied by James Clerk Maxwell, and according to him, the any kind of radiation which is emitted, it is always emitted continuously without any interruption. Right, and the emitted radiation will have certain electric and magnetic field associated with it, which will be perpendicular to one another and also to the direction of propagation of wave. Right, so the electric and magnetic components are perpendicular to one another and to the direction of propagation of wave. Electromagnetic radiation doesn't require any medium to travel, and it travels with the speed of the light, that is 3 to 10 is to power 8 meter per second. Electromagnetic radiations, they have got a wave characteristics associated with them, so they will be having the characteristics which are of wave, that is the wavelength, frequency, velocity, right, amplitude. Now we are going to discuss them. So for it we will draw here the diagram first. So let us consider that this is the origin and this is the wave which has been formed here, right? It's the direction of propagation. It's the wave here. Now first characteristics of a wave is the wavelength. Now distance traveled by any electromagnetic radiation is expressed in terms of a wavelength, right? Here whenever wave travels, the upward displacement is known from the origin is known as the crest, and the downward displacement is the trough. Now we can say the distance between the two consecutive crests, and this is the trough, or the distance between the two consecutive trough is known as the wavelength. So wavelength, it is the distance between the two consecutive crest or trough. ठीक है, it is denoted by lambda, that is this sign is denote symbol is for the wavelength, right? Now the wavelength of any radiation will be expressed either in term of angstrom or nanometer or picometer, right, which can be expressed further in terms of meter and centimeter inverse and meter inverse. So this is about the wavelength. This is also wavelength here. Now after the wavelength we have got a term which is known as the frequency, denoted by nu, right, nu. Now what is frequency here? Now the wave which is has originated, right, it will move from a given point. Let it this point be, this is the point here. Now here we are going to count that how many number of waves are going to pass through this point at a per second or at a given time. So frequency, it is the number of wave that passes through a given point per second, right? So it will be expressed in nu and its unit is going to be hertz or cycle per second. Now another characteristic which is associated with the wave is the amplitude, denoted by small a. Now it is the, we can say, the height of the crest or the depth of the trough, right? That is here the maximum displacement from the mean position, or we can say the height of the crest, that is this one is known as a, or this will be known as a. That's the depth of the trough, or the maximum height or displacement from the mean position will be known as the amplitude. Now the amplitude square, that is the a square, refers to the intensity of the radiation, right? If greater will be the amplitude, definitely the amplitude square, whole square will be more, so the intensity of the radiation is going to be high. Next come the velocity, that is V of the radiation. It is the linear distance traveled by the wave in a given time of a unit time. Right? That means the wavelength. Here the linear displaced distance traveled will be the wavelength of the wave in the given time. Next is the wave number. It is the reciprocal of wavelength, or we can say that it is the number of wavelength per centimeter per unit length. What is how many number of wavelengths will be there. Now next come the relation between velocity, right, then the frequency and the wavelength. Now here we have got the velocity expressed in terms of c is equal to nu, that is frequency, into wavelength. So if we know the frequency of the radiation, the velocity will be known to us, then we can determine the wavelength of the electromagnetic radiation. Students, when the electromagnetic radiations are arranged in a series of either increasing or decreasing wavelength or the frequency, it is known as the electromagnetic spectrum. Now, the electromagnetic spectrum consists of the cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, visible region, infrared, right? Then we have our radio and the microwaves and the radio waves. Now they are being arranged in a series. You can just have a look over here that this is the electromagnetic spectrum. So we have got the cosmic rays, right? It has got the shortest wavelength, but the frequency will be maximum. So comes the gamma rays, followed by the X-rays, then the UV ultraviolet rays, then comes the visible region, which includes here the Vibgyor pattern. Here we have got this pattern which we have gone through earlier also. It is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Then we have got the infrared rays, then comes the microwaves and the radio waves. In this series, the maximum wavelength will be of the radio wave and minimum frequency, right? Whereas the frequency will increase toward the left hand side. So here the minimum frequency will be of the radio wave and maximum frequency will be of the cosmic rays. So students, you have to just remember the sequence of this series, that which one will have the higher wavelength or the higher frequency, or lower wavelength or lower frequency.